Isn't it crazy how we could literally have like an entirely different life experience if we allowed like our senses to be the guiding forces and factors in our lives? I thought about this recently because I'm coming into like this union between my mind and body and my spirit. Like all things are finally coming into union. I feel like my body's moving where my mind wants it to. My mind is going in the right direction. And so everything is just aligning, and like spiritually I feel really in tune. And so as I'm becoming more aware of like these subtle, kind of shifts and like alignments within my being, I'm also becoming aware just of how like being present and like being in the moment and like really aware of the things that I'm navigating in the moments that I'm kind of finding myself in, being like totally aware of those things really brings about like this feeling of like ecstasy, like pleasure of just life. And it's so interesting because oftentimes when we think about being in ecstasy or being in pleasure, it does have like this sexual connotation. Let's be real, like people think about it in that way. But there's this really beautiful like energy of sensuality that can come about just by way of like living, by being present. And it's like you start to feel really good, like as you just pour nourishing, nurturing things into your body, your mind, and your spirit, whether that like be going to the gym. I've recently had like this complete shift of my attitude towards the gym, right? Because as I've gotten more in alignment with my mind, body, and spirit, I used to hate going to the gym. So it was never aligned. Like my body was not aligned with the mind. My mind was not aligned because I was always telling myself like I needed to go, and it felt dreadful in that way. And my body was not aligned because it just didn't want to go either. But now that I'm in this space where I just kind of like have reverted back to this, healthier kind of like inclination, it feels like pleasuring and like ecstasy and like really enjoying to go to the gym and stuff like that. Like I feel like this really good feeling about like my muscles getting stronger and just like being present in it. But this exists in so many other ways. This exists like when I go on a walk, I'm like receiving the energy of like my entire surrounding, the beauty of the circumstances around me and stuff. I'm just sitting at the park because it's a cold winter where I am right now, 20 degrees. So I can't walk, but I'm just sitting here and I'm just like soaking it in. And this presence feels so good, but it's really just happening at such a subtle level. I feel like I, for myself, had this realization recently that I need to lighten my life. And I encourage you guys to think about this. Am I really light within my energy right now? Or have I been living in a lot of density and heaviness? Because I feel like I've been living in a lot of heaviness, and even in my content, like it's felt very heavy. Like I've had to be so planned out, and I've had to be like so meticulous about what I'm posting instead of just like allowing my energy to be effortless and flow. And I found that effortlessness and that flow really happens like when you just allow yourself to attune to the subtle senses, like the subtle things that are happening in the present, moment to moment, right? Like the little energies that are hitting you instead of like the deep depths of your being and stuff like that. Like those things serve a purpose, right? For you to like know who you are as you navigate. But when you kind of like release some of that density, some of that heaviness about your perception and your experience, and you just allow yourself to really get into the subtlety, the subtle realm of things, life becomes exactly what you want it to be. Like I feel like it's literally like those subtle moments and things like that bring about like the feeling of abundance, or the feeling that you would need in order to manifest or create the reality that you desire. Because really it is just being able to get the momentum going in the direction that you want. And lo and behold, you would randomly find, without even expecting it, that your immediate environment, if you can literally just take a second to get present, get still, actually has all of those aspects available for you at this time. Like an abundance of resources available for you at this time, for you to like feel good and feel enveloped and feel whole as you navigate through life, which are very important aspects to being a conscious creator of your reality, right? So yeah, guys, I'm just feeling good. I'm trying to do like more content like this. I feel like it can still be very teachy and like influential, but it doesn't have to be like oriented in that direction. It could just be about like sharing myself. So this is part of my journey, but this might resonate for you in different areas. So I just really encourage everyone, if you're seeing this, right, attune to the subtlety of life, y'all. Like whatever you're thinking about, whatever you've been ruminating on, whatever you've been like so focused on, I implore you to release it just for a second and get present with like, okay, where am I spatially right now, mind, body, and spirit? How do I feel? What is going on? What energies are flowing within and around me? Get present to that, and I guarantee that you'll find some level of like enjoyment, some level of like, just like intrigue, right? Or some level of pleasure, even so, right? Yeah. So I really encourage you guys to do that. I really hope this resonates for you guys. I'm really just trying to enjoy my experience. I've been so focused on like the things I felt that I needed to do to enjoy my experience, but in that way we oftentimes like take away from the abundance that is already presently available to us in literally just the energy that flows through your life moment to moment, right? Like, I've been trying to be so conscious about this. Like, this morning when I go to work, I'm like, oh, I love the sun. This feels so good. Like, getting attuned to the feeling, it's actually there. We just don't utilize the senses, like our subtle senses that can help us perceive at these deeper levels, even though they feel quite light, okay? So I hope that resonates. I hope you guys don't think I'm sounding like a crazy lady. I don't think you do. I think if you know, you know, you get it, you get it. And I hope this encourages someone today and kind of like lightens your energy and allows you to just settle into beingness, okay? I'll see you guys next time. Bye.